Well, good evening. Good evening. Apologies for this. I haven't actually videoed me putting any of this headlining stuff on at the minute because I stood on my phone and broke it. But as you can see, I've been getting on with it and I'm really pleased with the result. Let me show you what I've done. Let's get in. I'm laying on the floor at the moment. So I've put on the material round up to here, and you can see how I've done it then. So what I've done is I've done the pillars separately and I've made the roof panel in two parts. Well, one part in a minute because I haven't done that one over there. Okay, and they're great. Check out my lights. So I've got some downlighters in it. Look, light on, oh, and off. So they're little touch lights. So all you've got to do is just touch the outer ring, and yeah, it comes on. Fantastic. They were quite expensive, but I think they're great because I'm going to put another two in the back as well. And so you can just turn them off and on whenever you want to turn them off and on. And you can have as many or as little on. No switches to worry about. Right. On. Off. On. Off. I've just been playing around with them. I'm actually, yeah, very pleased with the result, and I think this looks pretty good actually. It does look very neat. So yeah, so what I'll do, I'll video the little steps, the different steps I make to do this panel. Obviously I've stuck all of this stuff on, but maybe I'll just video and just show you how easily it goes on, how easy it is to actually stick the stuff on at the front a little bit. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's make a back panel. Right, step one to making a panel. And again, loads of people will find issues in what I'm doing here, but you know, I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. I'm not showing you how to do it, as always. So, roof. I have a roof. I'm not going to bother cleaning it up. There's lots and lots of glue and horrible stuff on it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick some insulation on there, and it's 10mm thick. Now, the reason for the insulation, it will help with condensation, obviously. But the idea of it for me, or what I need it for, is to make sure that the roof panel itself doesn't go up too far. So you see what I mean? Okay, so roof panel won't be able to go up and touch the roof. So I'm just going to cut it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we just roughly go around, and then I'm going to glue it on just with some glue. Some trim fix glue, so similar glue that we're using for sticking on the rest of this. Now I got a couple of cans. Oh, they're gone now. Oh, no, I've still got one over there. Good. I got a couple of cans in the van, so I used those, and I'll use that as well for sticking that on. Okay, so let's cut some insulation. Okay, good. So I've stuck on my insulation, cut off a couple of little squares out of it. Where the lights are going to go, okay, just to give me the depth that I need, although the lights are very shallow, but I do need a bit. Okay, so that's that done. Process of sticking this on, same really, all of this stuff is pretty much the same thing. Spray the roof and then spray the material that you're putting on, give it 30 seconds and then stick the two together, and it sticks on really well. Then I've just gone around and just chopped off any bits overhanging. So like I say, not a perfect fit, but it doesn't need to be. That's all it needs to do. Okay, so let's make a panel. Right, I'm going to struggle to video this, but you can see what I've done then. So I've cut out the bit. I've just taken out a bit of 3mm hardboard, and I've got the material there. Okay, now it'd be lovely to have a massive space, nice and clean, that you could do this in. Sadly, I don't. I'm in the back end of my bus, and so what I'm doing it now. I'm probably going to get in the way of this. I'm doing it in section by section. Okay, so find some spray, give it a shake, and I've got it tucked under the back. Just make sure I'm spraying the right side of the material. So I've got it tucked under the back, and all I'm going to do is give it a layer, and this is what you do around with all of it. Give it a layer of spray. Like so. And the same on the material. Okay. Give it a couple of seconds to go a bit tacky. Doesn't take long. Ready. And then it's just a matter of making sure it's on there nice and flat. Okay, so I'd like to say, I apologise if you can't actually see what I'm doing here. But essentially, it's just making sure there's no air bubbles anywhere in the material. Okay. So I've just glued it down to there. So let's go a bit further. Good stuff, this glue. I've never used it before. Look. It sticks like nothing else. Again, quite apologies for any poor videoing or sound from the phone. I've got a screen ordered for mine, and I'll get it repaired next week. So next time we do a video, it will hopefully be a better quality. Okay, so you get the idea. So you can see I've cut the holes out for the lights as well. Oh. Right, so we've got to make sure we've got enough to the edges. This is a really nice thing to do. I like trim work. I've always liked trim work. There's something very, very pleasing about doing this. You get like an instant result, if you see what I mean. It's nice to do something and instantly see what you've done. Okay, so now we're done down to there. You get the idea. I hope this comes out. I'm going to just carry on and finish off spraying the rest. And then I'm going to turn it, I won't bore you with the rest of it, I'm going to turn it over and just glue the material all around the edges and cut the holes in the lights and glue the material through the holes as well. And then I'll show you the panel in 1 second. All right? Okay, so my panel is done then. So I've glued it all on, and then you can see what I've done. I've pulled it around the edges and glued it on the back as well. And then where it doubled over, you can imagine as you're folding it over, I've chopped off any bits that were doubled up. So it's only a single layer at the back now as well. Lights, so the whole light holes have been done as well. Okay, so the panel is made. This is this side of it. And then the side we're going to see. So here's the side we're going to see. Okay, job done, job done. So what I've got to do now then, I've got to fit this to the van. Now I'm not going to be able to video this for two reasons. One, it took me a long time to get this up. So I'm guessing this one will be no better. Now the idea with this is, the way that I've made it is it's very tight it's a real snug fit on the sides, and there is a natural curvature to the roof, like so. And so once it's up, it's self-supporting, it kind of stays there. But what I'm doing, I'm gluing it as well. So exactly the same process as what we just did. I'm going to give this a good layer of glue on the back end of this hardboard. And then I'm going to do the same on the insulation up there as well. Okay, I don't think I'll be able to video it. No, I won't be able to. But basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to tuck one side in where I want it. The curve will be down. Get the other side in on this side where I want it as well, and then I'll push it up, and it will kind of like flop over, and then it will stick to the insulation. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's what I did with this one, and it worked perfectly. What you'll notice as well is I've put the wiring in for the lights as well, so I've just wired that in and just holding that in place with a bit of tape at the minute. Okay, so I won't video it because I won't be able to video it, but I'll put it in and then we'll have a look at the result. 2 minutes. Okay, I fixed my phone. So we're back on a decent video. So far, what have we done? We've done the roof, haven't we? Up to the front. Now, I had to change of heart with the front because the back was looking so good. I'm doing the same on the front end as well. Okay, the only problem is I haven't got enough bits of wood that are big enough, and I haven't got enough material left that's big enough to do it. So you notice I'm having to do it in 2 panels here. Now I don't think it'll notice too much at the back, this line, because the TV will cover most of this. But obviously there will be a line down the front there where the 2 panels join. But you know, as long as you don't tell anybody, no one will ever notice, will they? And it looks so much neater. It looks so much neater like this than the old way. Okay, so the wiring here then. So what this is for the lights. What I'm going to do, I'll tell you what, let's talk about the wiring when we fit the telly. That'll be the next one, won't it? So I'm just going to make this last little panel and fit this last panel. Then the whole of this is done. The only bit I've got left to do then is around this window here. And again, I'm struggling. I won't have a bit of wood big enough for that, but we'll figure something out. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll be fine. So I'm gonna just quickly fit that panel and make this panel up and fit this panel, and then we'll talk again. So we've done it. We've done our headlining. No, look at this. Back end and front end as well. And you know what? It's turned out really well. Turned out very, very well indeed. I'm very pleased with the result. It's very neat looking. I did the front panel in 2 parts, so you can see there's a joint at the front. But you know, it looks neat enough to me. Fantastic. So hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it'll stay up. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's all relatively self-supporting, and the panels are tight going up anyway, and then they're glued in place. So I'm hoping that they'll stay up, but we will have to see. I've put 2 downlighters then here. 2 downlighters there, and 2 downlighters at the back as well. And they all work. Fantastic little touch ones. So what we're going to do next then is create some space, have a sit and think about our next job then, because we're still on the roof, aren't we? So all I'm going to have in the roof, the lights that I've put in, I've got to fit a panel here still, so I haven't finished this part of the roof. I'm counting the roof as down to this level. So I've got to do this panel here still, and the door on the sliding door. I think I don't know about the door yet. I haven't made up my mind, but I think I might treat it as a normal door. So it'll have a door panel, which it has got. So I think I'll make a door panel up for it, or use this door panel but recover it. But I think I might leave it orange. So take away this trim and not actually fit any new trim to it. The downside to doing that is I've taken it off the top and there's so much glue on it, it's going to take bloody ages to clear up. It might actually be easier to fit some more material on it rather than trying to clean up the glue. So we'll decide on that one. I'm not 100% sure yet what to do with that. But yeah, very, very pleased with the result of this. So now we're going to fit the TV. So I've bought a monitor and a disc player, fold down unit. Now this is going I'm not sure. I think this is it's going to spoil the look of the roof, that's for sure, when I fit it. And I've decided with the wiring, because what I was going to do with the wiring is run it all down one of the A-pillars. But I decided not to in the end. One of the problems is if I have a wiring issue, I'll end up having to take it all apart to find the wires. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the wires externally down one of the B pillars here. Okay, so it will show, it will look crap compared to if I hid them away, but from a logical point of view, it makes much more sense to do it. So aesthetically, it won't look quite so nice, but logically, it will be a much better way of doing it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bolt up the mounting for the bracket for the TV. I've also got a little receiver unit as well for the television, so for a digital TV receiver unit, which I'm going to mount under the seat, I've decided, and we'll talk about that when we get to that point and why I'm going to put it where I'm going to put it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount the TV to this pillar. And if you look at the TV mounting then, so the bottom of the TV mounting is this bit of metal. And so that is where I want it, or rather that's where the pillar's going to be. So I don't have much space to mount it. And if you look underneath it as well, you can see that the DVD drive is just here. The rest of this is fine. Underneath this, there's plenty of space, as in the screw heads. So I just got to be very careful where I mount my screws. So I'm limited. I could put one over here or something like that, I think, and it won't impact on the DVD player itself. Okay, so I'm just going to drill some holes across it. I don't know, maybe 5 bolts across or 5 screws. And then I'll get the mount up there and we'll see what it looks like. 2 minutes. Okay, so I've mounted my bracket then, so I just put 4 self-tappers in across the pillar. And it's on there nice and tight, which is good. So I'm just going to bolt the telly up there and see what it actually looks like. Yokie doke, 2 seconds. Check this out then. Now it looks a bit sort of big and black and heavy in the roof, but to be fair, I think you get used to it. So it sits quite, doesn't sit too low. And so TV comes down, turn it on. Yes, check it out. Now, the only DV that I can find, believe it or not, in the garage that's acceptable is actually Big Fish, and I've got no idea why it's in here. So that slides in the side there. This is exciting, isn't it? This is exciting. It's not a bad size, to be fair. This is as big as I could get realistically in the in here. Play movie. Play movie. Got no sound though. Well, I've got no movie yet. Come on, let's go to. Give me something, for Christ's sake. Yeah, okay. Fast forward. No, I'm not allowed to fast forward over that. Warning. I'm not allowed to show you this, by the way. Come on. Come on. Still nothing. So it's got speakers in it, That's max volume on there. Bit quiet, to be fair. It's alright. I guess it would be alright if you were just sat watching it. Needs to be louder though. But it does say that it's got an FM, so it's got audio out, which I could use, but I'd have to probably use an amplifier, which I don't really want to use. But it does have FM. It does have an FM out as well. That's awesome. How does it look? How does it look? Can you see it or not? Oh, my that really is pretty smart, I have to say. So, and it folds away. So when you turn it off, this goes red. Turn it off, that goes red. And it folds away. Like I say, it doesn't take up too much roof space. Yeah, man, we've got a TV. Obviously, you can see we need to sort our wiring out. So, let's have a look. So that's how it is mounted. So it looks pretty neat. Very tight getting the disc in. I did have a problem earlier with it not ejecting. What I'm going to have to do is just pack out this a tiny little bit on here. But that won't be an issue. Just to, because I've just bent the, well, I haven't bent it, but where it goes over the pillar, it's just catching the disc on the way out. I won't do it now because it's, but that's fine. That works fine. Okay, that's good. So then, so with the wiring, what I'm going to do with the wiring then, I was going to bury it all. I told you I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to run it along this pillar and down. So it'll look a bit gaff, but you know, it makes much more sense to do it this way. Check out my TV. Check out the TV. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Speak to you in a while. Okay then, I reckon I've finished the roof to a point anyway. The only thing I haven't done is this door. But I'm not sure I'm going to do with the door yet, so that doesn't count. So I reckon I'm allowed to post this video now. Roof done. So what have I done then? Panelled it all out, as you see. We fitted a TV up there and a DVD player. We've yet to wire it, which is going to spoil the roof completely when we do, by the way, but don't worry about that. And I fitted this panel in here, so I made a new panel up. I did have enough wood, which is good, and it fits lovely. And it's, again, it's self-supporting pretty much. I've put a little light here, so I've got a little, one of the original lights out of the caravan, one of the original lights out of the bus. So I figured I'd just put one of these little lights over where the cooker is going to be. Great on. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so that's my roof. And I'm made up with it. I am made up with it. Awesome. Okay, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? I don't know. We'll find something.